The definition of bullying is the use of superior strength or influence to intimidate someone, typically to force him or her to do what one wants. Bullying can happen in many different ways, such as in school, at your workplace, or online. It happens all over the world to kids, teens, and even adults too. The results of bullying can be devastating. People who don't get the help they need can become depressed or even suicidal. Bullying is a serious issue that is on the rise today in schools all over the nation.
I think bullying is probably an issue, I would guess, about everywhere because where there are people, people are imperfect by nature. So we all have our imperfections. I think we all have our insecurities and our things that people try to compensate and overcompensate for. So I think bullying is kind of a problem everywhere. As far as in school settings, I think it's a problem because you're gathering lots of different young people who are learning about themselves, who are growing, and who are very, very different from each other. And you put them all in one place, and when it's not handled correctly, when people don't handle things right, then I think bullying can be a result of that. So I know it's an issue here. I don't know if I would say it's a major issue, like an issue bigger than other places. I haven't been other places. I do know that that it's issues sometimes here, and we work with it. As soon as we see it, we try to.
In 1 year alone, 13 million American kids are bullied, making it very common in today's society. 42% of kids have been bullied online in some sort of way, and 77% of students have been bullied mentally, verbally, or physically. Grades 7 through 9 are when bullying is the worst for students, causing 3 million students to be absent a month due to bullying.
So it affects me because it's part of what I do. It's part of something that I do is help work with students to work through it, whether they're the victim of bullying and how they can handle that, but then also with the actual bully and how they can handle it too, because there's obviously some issues. If someone is being a bully to someone else, if someone is intentionally being unkind to somebody else, there's a problem. Like there's a reason they're doing that. There's an issue they need to work through, or you wouldn't feel the need to put somebody down like that.
Cyberbullying is one of the most common forms of bullying today. 81% of teens say that bullying online is easier to get away with. The growth of social media has resulted in more kids being attacked behind a screen. It's much easier for kids to feel like they have more power over others when they can hide behind a screen name and stay anonymous.
I think as social media continues, bullying could be easier and easier because you're anonymous. If you're on your phone and you have an account set up but it doesn't have your name in it, you're hiding behind that screen. And so it's very easy to say things that you would have a hard time looking at somebody eye to eye and saying. So it can be much easier to say things unkind or demeaning about somebody else as you're hiding behind that screen. Shared something with me and they are not in direct or immediate danger, I don't have to share that information, but I always talk with them to try to talk about here's some pros if we do share, here's some cons if we don't share this with somebody who can do something about it. Sometimes just when students talk it out, they kind of gain a sense of power, like they do have a say in the matter, and sometimes they get a little bit more confidence in how they're going to react to it, what they're going to do. So my biggest suggestion would be talk to someone. If somebody is being bullied, speak out. We don't know if we're not told. So speak out and try to figure out what the next step will be to best help that student.
The most important thing for bully victims to know is that they can speak out and stand up against bullies, and it is very important to tell a trustworthy adult what your situation is. The reality of bullying is that it can affect anyone of any age in all different situations all over the nation in today's society.